Peace, y'all, and welcome back to another episode of Monday Musing with me, your girl Nicole, Sister Midwife, where I share what is on my mind about finding joy while building my Black business and raising my free Black girl in this crazy ass world. Okay, so the past couple of weeks, I've been talking about identifying the deeper answers to the W questions to give you clarity to move forward in your business. The who, the what, the when, the why, the where, the how do you serve. Understanding that when you can connect to those answers, you can really see more clearly how to market and plan your business growth and development. So today I'm going to continue in this series. Last week we did who. Today we're going to do what, when, and where. But before I get to that, I want to talk about a little bit of joy. So I don't know about how your house was when you grew up, but my mama regularly would change the furniture around. I'm talking every time I came home from college, the furniture was moved. Every couple of months I felt like it was happening all the time. And at that time when I was younger, I never quite got it. And I would be like, "Ma, why you keep changing the furniture?" And she would say something kind of vague like, "Just, make the energy better," or something. But we never really got deep into why she felt the need to change the furniture around. Fast forward. Now I'm an adult. I have a business. I have a daughter. I have a house. I have furniture. I have stuff. And I now fully understand the value and the benefit of moving the furniture around. And I change up my house as much as I can, minimally once a year. I like to try to do it at least twice a year, where I'm changing the furniture and I'm talking moving everything. When I do it, and I'm talking like just in a living room, or I'll do it just in my bedroom, or I'll do it just in my office. But one room, I would change everything around, and every room gets changed around at least once a year and sometimes twice a year. When I change the furniture, I'm talking about everything. I'm taking pictures off the wall. I'm cleaning up the clutter from behind, the stuff that then fell. Listen, these children eating on these couches, all of the stuff that fell behind the couch, child. When I did this yesterday, I was like, you have got to be kidding me. Kaylele is now banned from eating on the sofa. You can only eat at the table because behind my couch was not pretty, okay? Cleaning behind the couches, moving the furniture around, shifting the energy in your space is so beneficial. For me, it is a part of finding joy. It is a part of my business strategy because it moves stagnant energy and allows me to think more clearly, giving me more clarity in the direction that I need to go. It gives you a different perspective on things. When I'm getting ready to move around, I have to stand up and look around and figure out what makes the most sense to go where. And it feels so good once it happens. I open the doors, I open the windows, I light smudge, I light incense, I light candles, I let the wind come through. It is so cleansing and healing. If you have not changed your furniture in a long time, sis, change your furniture. It's a life changer, a game changer. It changes everything. You clean and move the physical clutter. The clutter from your mind also dissipates. It just feels so much different. You also, when you're doing deep cleaning, you're going to throw stuff away. So you're throwing stuff away. The physical and the spiritual are in alignment. So as you clean up that physical space, the spiritual space also becomes clear. The mind becomes clear. And you are able to really move forward towards your goals easier. So if you have not done a revamping, a reorganizing of your space lately, do it. You will be amazed at how it will change your focus, how it will shift your mood, and how all of this will impact positively your personal well-being and your business. Now, that said, let's get back to these W questions. Last week, we talked about the 3 who's that you need to know for your business. Who are you? Who is your business? And who is your ideal client? Like I already mentioned, today we're going to talk about where, what, and when. That's what we're talking about today. Where, what, and when. I'm going to start off with when. So when you're thinking about when, and you want to think about when you're going to do your business, when do you serve? There's a couple of different ways to look at this when. First of all, when inside of the perinatal period do you want to serve? Now, if you've trained with me or heard me talk, you know that I believe there is no separation from preconception care through the postpartum period. It is a continuum. That said, there is a space where you shine. There is a space that you love the most. And so as an example, if you love the prenatal period the most, you love talking to moms during the pregnancy, then you're also, this is going to connect to your what, because your what might heavily rely on childbirth education. So when do you like to serve? When do you serve the best? When do you show up and feel most whole in doing this work? In addition to that, when, it's a literal when. When are you serving? What month do you take the most of your clients? What month do you take off? When do you serve your clients throughout the year? And when do you serve yourself? It is important as you're thinking about your when for your clients that you remember that you're on call. You need to be on call 3 weeks before she has her baby and up to 3 weeks after, because she can have her baby at any point in between that. We know that there is the due month, not the due date, and you have to be available. So when you are starting off your year, you want to think early on. When do you want to take a vacation? What is happening in your life when you need to take a break? This is critical for your sustainability in this work. You must, with intention, schedule your time off so that your when makes sense for your life. Now let's talk about the where. The where is a couple of different things also. First, where literally do you serve? Where do you serve? You live in New Orleans, you live in Baton Rouge, you live in Lafayette, Shreveport, Monroe. Where do you serve? You live in California, you live in DC, Maryland, Virginia, you live in Boston, Massachusetts, you live in Alabama, you live in Arkansas, Mississippi, you live in Maine. Where do you serve? Why is this important? Because where you serve impacts so much about your clientele, who's available, what people know about doulas and birth workers, what's the level of maternal and infant mortality, how much of that do you need to tap into, what is the economic status of the people in your community, do you serve in an urban community, do you serve in a rural community, where do you serve? All of this information will impact where, why, and how you market. It will impact what you are offering. It will impact insurance reimbursement and Medicaid reimbursement. It'll impact the Healthy Start opportunities and the WIC opportunities. Where do you serve? What is available where you serve? Who are the people that you can refer to in your community? All of that is connected to where do you serve. You must know where do you serve. You have to also know where do you serve. Big hospital, teaching hospital, small community hospital. Where do you serve? Home birth, birth center births. Where do you serve, and what options are available for where you serve, literally where you serve. So the state that you're in, the city that you're in will determine what you can do and where you can do it. Okay, so this is important. So we talked about who do you serve. We talked about when do you serve. Now I just spoke about where do you serve. Finally, I want to touch on the what. What is it that you serve? So for many of you, you'll be like, I serve doula care. I serve labor support. I serve postpartum care. I serve prenatal education. But I want you to think a little bit deeper about who you are and what you have available to serve with. What else do you serve? What else do you serve that can be a part of your calling card? What else do you serve that makes you unique? What else do you serve that is different from other people? What do you have? What do you give? What do you know? What do you serve? Very often, in addition to the regular birth work, people serve things like massages, or they serve herbs. Maybe they serve yoni steams. Maybe they serve placenta encapsulation. These are the different types of whats that you can serve. But in the midst of that, what does your energy serve up? What do you serve? Do you serve laughter? Do you serve prayer? Do you serve song? Do you serve inspiration? What do you serve? There are also some things that you can serve that you might not even think about serving because in your mind it's not directly connected to birth work. Are you an artist, an esthetician? Do you do hair, nails? Do you babysit? You love swaddling and holding the babies? You love party planning? All of these things can directly impact what else you can serve to your clients. You do party planning? Maybe you're serving up plans for baby showers. You know how to draw, paint, you do art, you do knickknacks. Maybe you are serving, maybe what you are also serving is artistic expression. Do you do readings, spiritual readings? Maybe you do lunar sun charts, birth charts. What else do you serve that could also potentially be a calling card that you can leave with your moms that she can say, oh yeah, my doula gave me that. What do you serve? Do you serve merch? Do you serve products? Do you serve earrings? Do you serve baby wraps because you sew, you can make baby wraps? What else do you serve that you can give to your moms that 6 months later, her friend is looking at it and she says, oh my goodness, this painting is so nice. This poem is so nice. This frame for the baby's first year is so nice. And she can say, oh yeah, my doula made that. And then whether she wants a doula or not, she knows that you make these things. And if she does want a doula, she wants you because she wants that gift. What else do you create in your life that you can provide to your families that can be a calling card for you? What do you serve? If you don't have nothing else that you serve, because I'm like, what else? What else do you serve? What else do you serve? If you don't have a what else that you serve, you better get you one. Having something else to offer, especially if you want to do birth work full time, is critical to your sustainability, and it's going to help you get your income up. Let's imagine that you go do an interview with the mom. You do a discovery session and she does not want to hire you, but inside of your package, you have these other things, these other what else do you serve? And she says to you, nah, I'm not going to use you for my doula, but I do want you to do my braids. I do want you to do my placenta encapsulation. I do want you to come paint my nursery. I do want you to be my birth photographer. What else do you serve? Being able to serve something else, to figure out your off time, and to pay attention to where you serve and how where you are and where you serve is going to impact what you can offer. It's going to be a game changer for you when you start really thinking more deeply about these things. Think about these things. Make sure that you're avoiding burnout. Take your time off and make sure that you are increasing your income by figuring out what else can you serve up. All right? That's all I got today. Take what you like, leave the rest. If something resonated with you, please share it with somebody. Like and subscribe. Having a business, especially a birth business, we know it can be super, super rewarding. It can also be hard. So keep showing up. Don't forget to fill your cup. And definitely don't forget to tell the world that birth is the revolution. Peace.